If somebody told you that it was raining fish, you might think that they're just using some strange expression, or substances. However, if that person was from the city of Yoro in Honduras, you might want to believe them. For over a century, the people of Yoro have experienced the Lluvia de Peces, or the rain of fish. This event is where it rains fish, and nobody knows exactly why. Yoro is not a coastal city. In fact, it lies around 60 kilometers, 37 miles, from the nearest coast. What makes it even stranger is that the fish raining down on Yoro are not local fish from some river or lake either, which raises the question, where exactly are these fish coming from? Well, there's some theories. The first and most widely believed theory for a long time is the waterspout theory. This is the idea that waterspouts are picking the fish up out of the ocean and carrying them to Yoro. Waterspouts are essentially tornadoes that form on warm water. The warmth of the water causes evaporation, which forms clouds. However, these clouds are not your everyday dry variety. Nope. Due to the conditions below them, they're actually cooling a lot slower, causing an updraft effect. Basically, air is flowing up into the clouds, and while that's happening, a different stream of wind is blowing into it, creating that super fun trolling effect we call a waterspout. Okay, so that explains a waterspout. Great. So how exactly does one of those carry fish all the way to an inland city? Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. While that has been the predominant theory for decades, nobody has really been able to put all the pieces together to make that work. In fact, while the Honduran waters do have the right temperature to create waterspouts, they're not really common enough to explain how frequent this event happens. Others give a different explanation. In the mid-1800s, a Spanish priest by the name of Father Cibrana was working in Honduras. As the story goes, he was quite bothered by how impoverished the people of Honduras were, and prayed for 3 days and 3 nights for God to bless these poor people. Following his prayers, a storm rolled in carrying fish, marking the beginning of an event which has been happening in Yoro ever since. This story is the one believed by many in Yoro, and the event itself is considered a miracle by the local Christian population. And while many would be happy leaving it at that, there is a second natural theory that seems to be the most plausible of them all. Now, while the Lluvia de Peces is strange in itself, there are a few even stranger details, such as majority of the fish being blind or the fact the fish are usually found only on the ground, and not on top of cars or roofs, which makes it unlikely that they fell out of the sky. What many propose that the fish are being washed up from underground during the heavy storms that often hit the area. That would explain why they're almost entirely blind, why they're not recognizable, and why they're not flopping around on people's roofs. Of course, in order to confirm this idea, somebody would have to locate the underground fish spawner, which according to my research, nobody has done yet. So, what do you think about the rain of fish? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.